All right, students, for this video, I want to show you how to complete the listening assignments for this class. They are a little bit different than some other classes you may have taken, so I want to make sure you know how to do that. And you can always come back and reference this video later on if you forget. So when you go to our Blackboard page, which you should know how to do at this point, go to Course Materials on the left, and then you'll find each week. Now, I went ahead and made week 2 available for this class just so I could do this video. It'll actually become available for everybody on Friday, January 14th, so that you can start up on stuff for next week. Okay, but the first listening assignment is in week 2. So week 2, we go here. We've got our instructions like I talked about in the intro video. Now, for these first few weeks, I actually have separate folders for multiple choice assignments versus the listening assignments. That's just to kind of help clarify things here at the beginning. As we get further along, I won't do that. All the assignments will just be in the one folder. So you've got your instructions here for your listening assignments. It says for these assignments, you will need to download the attached Word document, listen to each piece of music in McGraw-Hill Connect, which for face-to-face classes, that is different, and then answer each question using complete sentences. The answers can all be found in the textbook in the corresponding chapters. You will then need to save your document and upload it back into Blackboard. These assignments must be submitted as either a .doc or .pdf file. I cannot open .pages files in Blackboard. If you're using Pages on a Mac, you must export the completed document as a .doc or a .pdf before you can upload it. Okay. Now, also, if you don't save your document before you upload it, the original document will be uploaded with no answers, and you'll get a 0 for the assignment. So if you think that you've done a listening assignment, but you're showing that you have a 0 for it, look in the comments on that, because I'll usually put on there, hey, this was blank. Make sure you save it and resubmit it. And I'll always give you a chance to submit the correct one so that you can get your grade. All right. Now, if you are a Mac user, then this sentence here applies to you. If you're not sure how to convert a Pages file to a PDF, I've got a video on that. If you go to our UACCM Music YouTube channel, there is a video that says exporting Pages files to PDF for Mac users. So that is specifically talking about listening assignments and how to open them and do them in Pages and then export them as a PDF file. Now, if you're a Mac user that uses Microsoft Word, like I'm going to for this video, then you don't have to worry about any of that, okay? Now, notice that it said here you're going to listen to the piece of music on McGraw-Hill Connect. That is only for the web classes. In fact, I should delete that out of the face-to-face classes pages. So for my face-to-face classes, you are actually going to have access to the videos. So when you click on that folder, you've got the instructions here again, with everything just as clear as I can make it. Now, for web classes, again, you can access the listening outlines to be able to listen to it through McGraw-Hill Connect, which currently McGraw-Hill Connect is not working. Hopefully, that will be fixed soon, so you don't have to worry about it. For my face-to-face classes, you will have a folder that has the videos for you to watch. Okay, so for listening assignment 1.1, again, I've got the instructions here. Try to put those in as many places as I possibly can for you to be able to see them. You'll click on listening assignment 1.1, and to be able to open the file, you're actually going to click on the document here, and it's going to download the Word document. Now, on some computers, it will just open it up. On mine, it just downloads it. So when I go to my downloads folder, I've got the listening assignments 1.1 .docx. Now, I mentioned this in the intro video for this class, but I'll mention it again here. I suggest that you make a folder for music appreciation to put all of your assignments in. Anything that you have to download and save, go ahead and just drop them into that folder, just because it will really make your life a lot easier. It'll make it a lot easier for you to be able to find everything you need in there. What did I do? I hit a button. Okay, there's the file that I want. So we're going to drag that over into this folder. Okay, now I'm just going to double click it to open it. Now I am using a Mac, but I have Microsoft Word installed. Mac users and Windows users, you do have access to Microsoft Office for free for our computers. You can either open them in Office 365 in your web browser, or you can download Office and install it onto your computer. If you don't know how to do that, there is some resources on the web to be able to figure out how, or you can check out the UACCM Help Center, and they'll get you all set up. Okay, so when I open this assignment, all of the listening assignments for this semester look the exact same. Okay, so it says listening assignment, and then here it has 1.1. Now it says listen to each piece using the ebook available on McGraw-Hill Connect. That only applies to the web class. For face-to-face classes, you can ignore that. So I've got piece 1, and it says what the first piece is that we're going to listen to, where in the textbook you can find that piece and the information about that piece, and then I've got 5 questions about that piece. So piece 1 is the Firebird Suite by Igor Stravinsky, and this is specifically from scene 2. So if I go over to the textbook, and I'm actually going to open up the ebook version of this, which I have access to in McGraw-Hill Connect. But if you have a physical textbook, it's going to look the exact same. So here's the textbook, and it said on there pages 9 and 10. Now, I know that because this says 1.1 up here, that this is from part 1, chapter 1. So that's your first clue. So we're going to go to part 1, and we will specifically go to part 1, chapter 1. Okay, and if I'm on the web version of it, I can scroll down page 7, page 8, and page 9. So it talks about listening outlines here and what they mean. You can read over all that on your own. And then we've got this box down here that says Firebird Suite Scene 2 by Igor Stravinsky. Now, if I'm in the web class, if you're in the web class, you can actually just click right here and it will play it for you. So you can listen to it. There's also this interactive thing that if you hit begin, it'll pop that up so you can listen to it as well. You can make that full screen so you can read along with everything. That's just a different way for you to listen to it. Okay? And then you've got this gray box, which is the actual listening outline. And this kind of gives you all the information that you need to know about this piece. So it has the instrumentation, what the piece is, who it's by. If you're on the web book, you've got, things you can review, definitions and stuff. It has some specific stuff to listen for, some terminology, and then it has an outline of the piece of music going, a few seconds at a time, telling you each thing that's happening there. It's got the different dynamics that are happening and all that good stuff. You also need to read this information here under each piece of music so that it tells you about the piece of music. As you can see, it's not all that much. It's like 4 sentences or something. And it gives you some of the information you're going to need for these questions. Okay? So, for instance, it says, what instruments are used in this piece? Well, I've got all of those instruments listed right here. Now, if it's a large group like this, you can summarize a little bit. You can say it's for full orchestra, or you can say it has woodwinds, brass, percussion, and strings, if you know what all that stuff means, which by chapter 2 you will. Or you can, literally copy and paste, the exact instrumentation if you want. That's fine too. Okay. The overall shape of the dynamics of this piece, you'll have to read a little bit to get that. The instruments provided that provide the melody at 103. So I go back over here and I say, okay, 103, violins and flutes, loud, melody at an even higher octave. So the violins and the flutes are taking over the melody there. And then I say, what instrument family takes over the melody at 141? Well, again, I can scroll down and say, okay, 141, the brasses, very loud melody in a quick detached notes. So the brasses have the melody there. Okay, so that's how you can find the answers to these questions. Now, you're actually going to answer on the page. Okay, so underneath number 3, I would say violins and flutes. Underneath number 4, I would say brasses. Here I could say full orchestra. Okay. So as you go through and answer them, it's not necessary for you to highlight your answers or anything like that. I know some students like to, so that you can see it, so that you can see where your answers are. It's whatever you want to do is fine with me. Whatever works for you. Okay. Some students do that so that they can go glance over it and make sure that they got everything. Now, if you're in a face-to-face class, let me show you how you find these videos. Going back to course materials and week 2. So for the listening assignment, you've got a folder here that says listening assignment 1.1 videos. So these are the videos that go with this listening assignment. So I'm going to click on that, and I've got the Firebird Suite and CJM Blues. Now these are directly in Blackboard. These are not connected to the YouTube channel. Because of copyright infringement, I'm not allowed to just put it on YouTube, but I can go ahead and put it in the Blackboard folder, and it's fine. So you can actually just click on that, and it'll play it for you right here. And if you make it full screen, then you can follow along, and you can hear the music and all that stuff. So I'll have, for every listening assignment, I will have these videos posted for you to be able to hear them. Okay. Now, once you've answered everything, the next thing you need to do is save your document. If you don't have autosave turned on, make sure that you save the document. You can either click the little hard disk icon, or you can hit Control or Command S, depending on if you're in a Mac or a PC, or you can go up to File and hit Save. Okay. You don't have to put your name or anything on it. It's automatically going to show up for me in Blackboard. So what you're going to do now is go back to the assignments. So listening assignments. All right. And we go under listening assignment 1.1. And here we're going to actually attach the assignment back in here. We're going to upload the assignment into Blackboard so that I can grade it. So where it says attach files, we're going to click browse local files. And this is just like as if you were attaching it to an email or anything like that. So we hit browse local files. We'll find our folder. There it is. We're going to hit upload. And then we're going to hit submit. And you'll wait for the conversion to happen. I recommend staying here and waiting on this because it will then show you a preview of what it's going to look like. Okay, so whatever you see here is exactly what it's going to look like for me. If it's showing an error here, it's going to show an error for me as well. All right, and that's why I'm saying if you upload a pages file, it's just going to say, this is a .pages file. It's not going to show you the file. So when I go to grade it, it's not going to show me the file either. Okay, so you need to make sure that you have the correct file uploaded. You also need to double check and make sure that your answers are there. That's one of the reasons why highlighting them is not a bad idea, because you can quickly glance and see, okay, my answers are there. Now, if you turn in a document that is blank, that doesn't have any of the answers in it, you're not going to get credit for that document. Okay. And the way that I grade these, each question is worth 1 point. So this is a 10-point assignment because there are 2 pieces with 5 questions apiece. All right. So if you turned this in exactly as it was, the highest grade that you could possibly get on this assignment is a 3 out of 10 because I've only answered 3 of the questions. Okay. Now, if I answered these wrong, then I would get a 0 out of 10. So each question is worth 1 point on these. So please make sure that you're getting those right. Okay. And I'll try to help you out. If you're, getting something wrong, or you think you might be confused about something, I'll usually put a comment in there that'll let you know, what you need to do to upgrade it or to get it fixed. And then you can always go back and do it again. I do allow multiple attempts on my assignments. As long as you redo the assignment within a week of the due date, then you'll get credit for it. Okay. So once you do that, you'll hit OK. And you'll be all set. I'll be able to go in and look at it. Okay. And again, I showed this on the other video, but I want to show it here just to be sure. If you go to Gradebook, now I can look and see listening assignment 1.1. I have submitted it and there is this yellow dot here that says it needs to be graded. So as a professor now, I need to go in and grade that assignment. And once I grade it, it'll show you how many points you got out of 10 over here. Okay? I hope that clarifies some of that for you. If you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to shoot me an email or give me a call. I'm happy to take care of you. I know this is maybe a little confusing because I'm using the same video for my web classes and my face-to-face classes. Just remember, if you're a face-to-face class, then you'll have the folder that has the videos actually in it. If you are a web class, then you need to get onto McGraw-Hill Connect and listen to the music there through McGraw-Hill Connect. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to email me or give me a call, and I will be happy to help you. Thanks very much, and I'll talk to you soon.